What's going on, guys? Welcome back to No Reserve Radio, the home of the worst basketball takes on the planet, if you listened to last week's episode. Angelo and Austin are here today, as usual. Guys,
Worst
I
basketball takes?
it has been a week since we
Worst
sat down.
basketball takes.
It
Worst
has been
basketball takes?
It's up there.
Eh,
It has been a week, and I'm not gonna lie, I've lost sleep over last week's episode.
Mm.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Such a
But
gloomy guy, man. Gloomy Ren.
it's depressing. It is depressing.
Mm.
So, we got a fun episode today. We're going to do it a little bit differently. So, we are going to be doing a fantasy draft of all-time foreign-born players. At the end of it, I'm probably going to put these teams into 2K and just run a sim and then have the results next week for whose team did the best. It'll be a short, I don't know how I'll do it. I'll figure it out, and then you'll have the results next week. We're only going to be drafting 6 positions because if we did a whole team, it would take us all night, and I don't want to do that, really. So we're just going to do a starting 5 and a 6-man. But before we get into that, so the question of the day is, what is the best single piece of advice you've ever been given?
For me, control the controllables.
That's good. For me, it's really actually easy. It's if you want to take the islands, burn the ships, which basically just means anything you're doing, commit fully to it. Don't give yourself any option to back out of it. Bad in certain contexts, but it's generally worked out for me.
The one that I've used the most, I actually even used this today in life, and that is if someone has a gun to your head, whether that be literal or proverbial, you tell them to pull the trigger.
Interesting.
Okay, that's an interesting one. So, a little thing happened in between last week and this week's episode, which was the NBA All-Star Game weekend. Did you guys actually tune in for it?
I watched a little bit.
So
I saw some of it.
I watched Friday and Saturday. I did not watch all of the actual game.
The Team LeBron versus. Oh yeah, it is
Yeah.
Team Giannis. Team Giannis versus Team LeBron.
Yeah, I tuned in for part of it, and this year was really a loss. It was not a great game. The rest of the contests were kind of meh too. Dunk contest, Mac McClung killed it.
Speaking of the dunk contest, what did you think? I think it was Stephen A. who said that LeBron James has ruined the dunk contest because if he didn't participate in his career.
So that was actually what I was going to ask you about. So my train of thought is, in the new NBA, the superstars, the LeBrons, the Giannis's, the Jaws, they're saying they're not going to compete in it, right?
Right.
So why are we throwing these no-name NBA players into it?
Because they can't. Well, don't call them no names. They're now G League players, Ren.
No. That's my argument, because Mac McClung is a G League player. The rest of those guys are getting NBA minutes. So if we're just going to go forward and try to save the dunk contest, right, make it the best possible product to show, why are we not just getting the best dunkers in the world to do the dunk contest instead of scraping?
Because you can't get the best dunkers in the world to agree to it.
The best dunkers in the world are not always NBA players. They might not be able to do anything else, but the best dunkers in the world are dunkers. That's all they do. Just make it exciting, make it creative, make it like an and one type event, and just sell it. Like, I get that they want to incorporate it into All-Star Weekend with NBA players. That's perfectly fine. But why do you have an end-of-the-bench player doing it then? Because a G League player just came out and gave us the best dunk contest performance that I've seen with my own 2 eyes. That should have been a perfect score straight across the board. I think it was his second dunk. One of the judges only gave him a 49. Like, it
Yeah.
should have been straight 50s. It was so good. I don't even remember who else was in the dunk contest. That's how forgettable the rest of it was. So why, if
Fair.
we're not going to, I don't want to say force the superstars to compete in the dunk contest. They contractually probably could, but honestly, if we're getting people whose livelihoods are entirely based on dunking and making viral dunk videos, we're going to get a better product, in my opinion. So why are we not just doing that?
That's not a bad idea. I don't disagree with you.
Outside of that, what was it? What the skills challenge?
Yep.
That was a joke.
Yeah, it was.
It was Team Antetokounmpo, which was Drew Holiday instead of Giannis because he wasn't there, with Alex and Thanasis Antetokounmpo. These
Mhm.
are not skill players. If they were skill players, they would not be where they are in their careers.
Yep.
The
True.
Rooks, sure. I was fine with the rookie team, and I guess Utah having a team was fine. They actually did pretty good. But overall, it's not as fun as the Shooting Stars or whatever they called it back when Sprite was the sponsor. Rising Stars game, that I actually enjoyed. That was a pretty close game. 3-point contest, I mean, I really liked the first round, Tyrese hitting 31, but still, it doesn't feel like there's the same draw around All-Star Weekend that there used to be. When I was a kid, I looked forward to All-Star Weekend. Not so much now. So what changes do you think they should make to, I guess, fix the All-Star game, or do you think it just needs to be a sideshow that we just kind of ignore halfway through the season?
I have a nice cold take. I hate all-star, Pro Bowl, all of that. It just is so pointless now.
So I think I disagree, or I think I agree that I don't like the actual games, but I do like the events, like the dunk contest, the 3-point contest, the home run derbies, and the shootout. Those I'm fine with. It's the game and the fact that there's no defense and like none of the players have any incentive to play like at all. It's just I don't know. It's not fun to watch, and it used to be. And maybe that's just getting older. You get a little more jaded about what's going on the floor, and I don't know. It's just not fun. But outside of that, a few minor things happened. So Kevin Love to the Miami Heat. He got bought out by the Cleveland Cavaliers. Did you see Jarrett Allen's all-time great tweet?
No.
This goes down as the greatest, or not tweet, it was an interview. And this might go down up with the AI practice or the I'm just here so I won't get fined interview. I'm actually a little disappointed that you haven't seen it. Angela or Austin, have you seen it?
No.
So Jarrett Allen was asked what he thought about Kevin Love getting bought out. And this man straight up said, "They just told me he went out to get milk and cigarettes and he never came back." Top tier. Like Jared Allen is a funny man, but that is the top. I hats off to him. Outside of that, Russell Westbrook went to basically destroy the Clippers' shots at a title.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't have anything to say. I have said enough about Russell Westbrook this season. Everyone knows I'm like the greatest Russell Westbrook dissenter on earth.
I'm surprised you used the greatest and Russell Westbrook in the same sentence.
It's
I'm
the only
not gonna
time I do.
lie. I did place a wager on the Clippers making the finals. I just ripped that ticket up after I saw that.
Yeah, that's a
That's
a thing.
that's
So
an L. That's an L.
it's the thing, it on paper it fits, right? It's just it's for us. And now you have 3 ball dominant players. One who you don't know if he's going to be there every game or if his left pinky toe is going to be too sore that he's going to sit out for the week.
Now, I
Um,
will say that makes the Russ signing, I guess, better because Russ is generally available and he wants the ball in his hands. So when Kawhi's not there, that the Clippers should be fine-ish, I guess.
yeah,
But
but of course, fine.
fine-ish.
They'll be slightly better than they would be if, but the lack of defense, like the dropping like Kawhi's defense to Russ's defense is that's a big drop.
As a big drop.
What else happened? Who else
As-
moved? Someone else moved. Patrick Beverly went somewhere. Do I care? Where did he go?
Ooh, I remember the. Where did he go? I got the
Chicago.
note.
He went to
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah. Somewhere
I
where
don't
he's not
mind
gonna
that.
get beat.
I mean, I don't mind that because
I mean, Lonzo's out for the year.
yeah, Lonzo's out for the rest of the year, which is another little bit of news. He shut down for the season. Myers Leonard signed a 10-day with the Bucks. I like that signing. That gives them a little more versatility. It's only a 10-day signing, but I'm sure they'll add it. Danny Green with Cleveland. Nuggets signed Reggie Jackson. I really like that one.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Reggie was a very key piece in a lot of those, granted, failed LA Clippers playoff pushes. So, yeah,
He's got the experience.
he's got the
Yeah,
experience.
I'm all about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's looking through it. That's all I see for news. And then Mac McClung signed a contract with the 76ers.
Mhm.
He really was the only winner of All-Star Weekend. And Draymond Green was kind of funny on all the commentary, but
You heard Jalen Brown's thing?
I did not.
He said the All-Star game is pretty much like a layup line, a glorified layup line.
Oh, it has been for a while, so I completely agree with that sentiment. I
Go ahead.
I kind of want to go back and watch like All-Star games from when I was a kid to see like if it is just I'm being jaded, but
Mm-hmm.
I remember enjoying the hell out of those things. So I don't know. I'll have to go watch some old ones.
One last thing before we transition to the draft. What's your opinion on a one-on-one tourney?
A one-on-one tourney, I like it, but it would have to be.
I hate it.
I think it would have to be controlled because like
I hate it.
Dame versus Giannis would be interesting, but I don't think
Yeah.
it would be good basketball. It would be interesting, but I don't think it would be fun.
Absolutely
Um,
hate it. Spencer Dinwiddie had a nice, I forgot where he said this on, but he had a beautiful take on it, which is no one wants to see Spencer Dinwiddie winning a one-on-one tournament. They want to see things like Embiid versus Jokic. They want to see things like LeBron versus KD. So if the stars aren't on it, then they shouldn't do it. And not only that, the excuse of, oh, I had a bad 3-point shooting day, so that's why I didn't win the 3-point contest. Or, I wasn't feeling it with my leap, that's why I lost the dunk contest. That's not there. If someone beats you one-on-one, they beat you one-on-one, and they're going to remind
Right.
you of that.
And so that kind of leads me to the question because I already know the answer, but I want to know why, or let me rephrase this. Do you think if you are, keep in mind, NBA players are entertainers, correct?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they are under contract to entertain, right?
Yep. No, generally, yeah.
Do you think players should be able to be not necessarily forced, but coerced by the league to compete in these events?
No,
Why?
because it doesn't get you to the year-end goal.
From the NBA's perspective, it absolutely does.
It gets you dollars, yes, but for the
Right.
players, it does not get you to your end goal. For the coaches, it does not get you to the end. In fact, if anything, I'd argue it decentivizes this, and this is why no one really tries during the All-Star game itself. No one wants to get injured. No one wants
Right.
to,
absolutely not.
and that's the thing. That's kind of, I almost would be more in favor of the NBA doing the NFL's format in the sense, granted, no one tries in the NFL either, but in the sense that they do it at the conclusion of, or just before the NBA finals, so that the people participating know if they're playing still or not, and maybe would give it a better go.
So, if they were to incentivize players or coerce players to do it, obviously, there would be like a cash payout, right? So
And-
that's the thing is, from an entertainment standpoint and from a business standpoint, it makes a lot of sense because I don't want to see. I'm trying to think of who even competed in the dunk contest this year. Like, that's how bad it was.
Yeah.
I think I put in the group chat that it was the lack of skills competition.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
100%. No, you're right.
And we saw Michael Jordan compete in the dunk contest.
Yep.
Why haven't we seen LeBron? And that's my question for you as a LeBron stan.
Because he's smarter than those players.
Why?
Because he understands the toll an NBA season. So I want you to understand this. LeBron James has played more basketball than MJ ever dreamed of. LeBron James has played more basketball than Kobe ever dreamed of. LeBron James has played more professional basketball than any player currently playing. In the playoffs, in the regular season. No, I do not want LeBron James in his prime years going into a dunk contest or trying hard during an All-Star game and getting in. No.
Can I interject
No.
here? Can I
Sure,
interject
go for it. Go for it.
How many rings does LeBron have?
4.
How many rings does Kobe have?
5.
How many rings does MJ have?
6.
Seems like that dunk contest was really detrimental to their careers.
They didn't make it to 10.
He made it to 10 in a weak East.
They didn't make it to 10.
That's not. I'm not downplaying him as a player because he is the second best player of all time, maybe the first. Again, not going to argue that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to downplay that at all. But the amount of times he made it has a lot to do with the quality of competition in the East. As you call it, the Pacers, who at the time had the third best defense of all time, were his only competition in the East. That was it.
So how much does it say about the overall talent in the NBA to that point that the Pacers team had the third best NBA from recorded start?
I mean, that team was
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
That team was built for defense.
You can claim weak East. I would claim the NBA has generally always been weak. I'm just saying. The talent nowadays is just not comparable.
It's not comparable, but the talent disparities between teams is. So you can't compare. Yes. So you can't compare line for line the New York Knicks in the 90s to the Memphis Grizzlies of today. But you can compare the gap between them and the tops of their conference. Yes, the overall top to bottom of rosters has gotten better.
A lot better.
It's gotten better. It's gotten a lot better over the last 40 years. A lot better probably over the last 30 years, but if you think it's gotten a lot, air quotes, better since 97, it hasn't. It's changed, but that's when basketball really started taking itself seriously. But no, I don't think competing in the dunk contest, I could do a quick Google. I'm not going to. Austin, if you want to Google, has there ever been an injury in the dunk contest? The reason LeBron won't compete in it is not because of injury. The reason LeBron will not compete in the dunk contest is he knows there's a chance someone like Mac McClung is going to come along from the G League who's played 20 minutes in the NBA and destroy him.
Stop it.
That's what it is. You can disagree all you want, but that's what it is. These players, the reason they're not competing is not because, they're going to get hurt, because that's not going to happen. They're not doing it because they don't want to lose. You can say I'm wrong, but I'm not. Competing in the dunk contest did not stop Kobe Bryant. It did not stop Michael Jordan. So, you can have the excuse all you want, but that's all I'm saying. Like, we missed out because LeBron. Yeah, there's never been one. That's a horrible scapegoat to try to pretend that's the reason. It's not. You're not missing the NBA Finals because you spent 3 minutes dunking in a game.
So then why did those players not play the same amount of basketball than LeBron James?
Medical science, sports science changed. Like, LeBron James is physically a different person. It's not like you don't think, and Angelo, you have watched LeBron James videos. You've seen ESPN highlights of him in practice doing dunk contest dunks. That's the point I'm making. It's never happened before. If you think that competing in a dunk contest is why Michael Jordan, who retired, remember that? Retired for a few years, went and played baseball. Is the reason that he didn't have
couldn't
longevity.
handle the NBA slate twice, but go on.
Or do you think that the dunk contest that Kobe competed in 10 years prior is the reason he tore his Achilles? Come on. That's not the reason.
I'm just saying LeBron James knows his body the best, and he hasn't competed in it. And he's had the best longevity of any player ever, period.
I wouldn't...
No, period.
That's such a cop-out.
His competition is Kareem. And at this point, Kareem... Go on.
So full transparency here. Austin, I want you to tell me whether or not you remember this. Did Angelo, in prior conversations about this, before the goalpost got moved from LeBron stands, where it became all about longevity and not anything else, the reason he didn't compete in the dunk contest was because it didn't matter because he knew he was going to win. Did we not hear that come out of Angelo's mouth a few years ago?
I don't explicitly remember, however, that sounds like something Angelo would say.
Right. That was exactly what he said. I'll verify it with Adam and Cameron.
Objection, hyperbole, but go on.
It is I am just this week I dug through the group chat to put you on blast. I'll do it again.
Of course you did.
But no, that's what it said. And then that was how it was all along was,
I feel like there's someone who's like paid every day to piss in Ren's Cheerios, and this is why like he's like this.
But
I think when he goes into work, someone probably kicks his proverbial puppy. I don't know. I'm trying to explain, like, run away, but it's not happening.
No, because that's what we did. We went from, once it became evident LeBron was not going to catch up in rings, which we know is the case now, right? There's not a chance. It shifted to, well, he's played for a long time. When did that shift? When does longevity have anything to do with the greatest player of all time? Pete Maravich is one of the greatest players of all time, but he died on the court.
Oof.
But we counted against him because he didn't play a long time. That doesn't make any sense. We only should be judging people based on their talent on the floor. Longevity has nothing to do with it. Some people are built differently. Physically, they are built differently. That has nothing to do with their talent. And competing in a dunk contest will not injure you. It's never happened. That is... No. Welcome back to Bad Takes NBA with Angelo. So that was a really long intro, but I think we can get into the draft now. Austin, you have the honor of selecting first in this little draft.
I do.
Dun, 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 dun.
Whoosh bomb.
Not Wojmon.
Force bomb.
Can you imagine if Game of Zones was still going on? Like all the material they would have right now?
Oh, a lot. They'd have endless amounts. Why did they cancel it?
I don't know. I think it's just because the show ended, so maybe with House of the Dragon coming back, they'll bring it back. But like the whole Kyrie Durant Nets saga.
Oh my god. That's like a
Or,
season's worth of content right there.
what else? Like the
James
Westbrook
Harden.
getting yeeted out of the Lakers cat. Like there's so
James
much.
Harden,
Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons,
Really just everything around the Nets.
Gobert
pretty
trade.
much.
Okay, so I
All
think
right.
I know who
You ready for the
Austin's
Whoosh bomb?
taking. I know who you're taking. Just take him.
Okay. I'm trading the 1 and the 6 for the 3 and the 4.
Dun, 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 dun.
We
And broken.
I hate both of you. Why did we do a random draft order if y'all didn't want to just do the draft order? So
You never
let
said we
me-
couldn't trade. You didn't give that in our script.
You never said we could. Yeah. You promised. You promised everyone at home you would have graphs. We would have a script down. You promised them it would be organized, and you failed. You failed, Ren, and now I get the 101.
My question for you is, okay, go
Did
into
I get the
2K. Go
Did I
into
get the
2K.
Uh-huh.
Would you go into 2K or go into Madden
Uh-huh,
or go into
uh-huh.
MLB and do a fantasy draft and try to trade a pick? Let me know how that goes for you. I didn't think I had to spell that one out.
Well, that's your problem. You didn't think. You ready for my 101?
I'm ready.
And
Giannis, next.
hmm.
I did it just to do that, too.
For the viewers at home, this is an all-time draft.
Yep. Damn straight.
So there is a clear-cut number one, but
And
I
I
don't
don't
think
care.
I don't think I'm gonna take him
Uh-huh.
just because now I'm mad.
We've done
So,
it. We've
Austin.
done it, Austin. We've
Austin.
done it. We've done it. We've done it. We've done it.
We've done it.
Hey, Austin.
We've done it.
Austin, who am I taking at number 2?
I know.
Steve Nash.
Oh God, I'm dying. I'm dead. DED dead.
Okay, I'm not taking him. Like you
Oh
can
my
have him
God.
because this is it, I'm not passing. I'm taking Hakeem.
The king.
He's all-time greatest international player. Yes,
Uh-huh.
he played for Team USA.
It's true.
Yep.
He played for Team USA, but
Yep.
he was born in Nigeria and he played for the Nigerian junior team.
Congratulations.
Okay.
I
have
can
to
You ready
build.
for my 3 and 4?
Hold
Yep.
on, we have to
He's
talk
gonna.
about these picks.
This is why I took Giannis, so you could get your 3 and 4.
So we know everyone who knows Austin knows who he's taking at 3 and 4.
Yep.
So we could actually just skip to my next pick.
Uh
But we're gonna talk through these.
huh. Okay.
So
Sure.
So, and I've got to hold on. I've got to give me 1 second for technical difficulties because I have to adjust the draft panel. Would you stop that?
Uh-huh.
So Austin has 3 and 4,
Yep.
and then
And
Angelo
Got 1
has.
and 6.
It's 1 and 6.
Could you make this any more confusing? So then Angelo.
Challenge accepted. Angelo, you want
Oh.
4?
So, ooh.
I'm kidding.
So with Hakeem, I mean it's a clear cut number 1. I can build any offense around him, which is so I have a clear-cut number one defensive option. I can build really any offense around him, and the paint's going to be fine. He's obviously not a slouch defensively. And looking through the list, I think we all agree that 4 and 5 is going to be the hardest position to draft for. So
I
I'm just
disagree.
getting it out of the way easier. Well, maybe not 5. 4 is going to be really hard, but
What?
not you. You have
Oh, okay.
clear cut.
You're not counting my picks as 4.
Yeah, because we all know. Just go ahead and get it out of the way.
So basically, Ren just said the 4 position is going to be hard for him to fill because B and you both have a 4. But go on.
Yeah. So third pick is obviously Dirk.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Dirk is his all-time favorite player. Just that's
Yep.
why we knew this. And then
who's number 4, Ron? Who is it?
I already know.
and you're taking Steve Nash.
Wrong.
Nope, I know what it is.
I'm
You ready?
taking Luca.
Yep, there it was. I knew it.
I
knew
it. Okay.
I knew it. That's why I actually debated
So-
Luca,
Okay.
but I couldn't do it.
So full, I guess,
Disclosure.
transparency here. We decided relatively recently that we were going to include modern players, and I don't have them on my list, so that's why I wasn't thinking.
Luca
of
was the only one I had on my list after we agreed.
Yeah. So
Luca.
since we're deciding to make the rules up as we go,
Mm-hmm.
for my pick, I'm just you know what? You know what?
What?
I'm just
What?
hold on. Let me fill out the You took Dirk and you took Luke. You
Are
are
there any other
Bill-
international maps players? Porzingis, you want a shot, buddy?
Do you want to tell him, Angelo?
I'm kidding.
There's a reason I thought you were taking Nash.
Mm-hmm.
So we're making rules up as we go, right?
Yeah.
Only us two
Okay,
are.
so you know what? I'm on paper, this is probably a terrible decision, but on 2K, it's gonna work. I'm putting Mutombo at the 4.
What?
I'm putting Mutombo at the 4.
There's so many better picks.
No, wait a minute. All right.
No.
Time out. So, Austin,
What's up?
this just confirmed. Ren cannot. No.
Oh, you
Ren's
just
trying
wait.
to be cool. Trent's trying to be cool, and he's failing. He's
Yes.
like
Just-
super failing. He is
Just
Failsy
wait
McGee.
wait
Failsy
until
McGee.
I put Gobert at the 3.
Failsy McGee.
Look.
So we just got to build shooters and we're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
So
Doesn't
here's-
cover the 3.
Here's the fun fact. Am I playing 4D chess, and did I just draft my 6-man for foul trouble?
Nope.
We'll see.
Ren does not play 4D chess well.
So this should be Austin, but instead it is Angelo back on the clock.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Why are you going?
We were prepared.
We're not prepared. Alert! Alert! 44 alert! So what to do next? You know what? Screw it. I am going to go. This is gonna hurt my soul, but I'm going to go with Steve Nash.
Solid
Why
pick.
does that hurt your soul? That's not a bad pick at all.
That's why
That's
it
what I
hurts
was
my
going to
soul.
go.
Anyway,
that is
go on.
like that's probably with the exception of prime Chris Paul, probably the single best player to play with. Honestly, it's better than Chris Paul to put with Giannis.
It's a great one too.
So now it's back to
Okay.
Austin, even though that pick should have been Austin's.
Hmm.
Paul Gasol.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. So here's the thing. In my initial draft plan, I actually, when I was going through my perfect picks for each position, I actually had Arvydas Sabonis here because we're doing the prime version of each player, right?
Mhm.
But I feel like I've got to take a guard here. I really don't want to take Tony,
Tony P.
And
but I feel like I can't, off the top of my head or at my quick glance at a list, the only other player that comes close is Dragic, and I don't really want Dragic. So yeah, Goran Dragic. Again, this is prime version, so I'm taking 2K's incredible overration of Tony Parker. Gives me a little bit of playmaking, a little bit of shooting, whatever. It's not a terrible idea. So that leads us back to Angelo.
Who is?
Oh wait, hold on, time. Did you take
Wait.
Paul Gasol or Mark?
Paul.
Paul.
Okay. Sorry,
Are we
I
good?
just clicked in my head that there's two of them.
Yeah, no, you're good. We good?
Yeah, you're good. Go on.
Okay. So, I am gonna go with Nikola Jokic.
Solid. Saw that coming.
So
And-
are you?
Well, my logic is there's only one ball and everyone's gonna touch it.
Fair. You need a shooter, my guy.
Jokic can shoot. Steve Nash can kind of shoot. Steve Nash in 2K definitely can shoot.
Okay.
So, once you said it's 2K, that's pretty much where it was over. After that, Manu Ginobili.
Wait.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, you did get back to back. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So, I also need a shooter.
You do also need a shooter.
So, I am going to take one of the better shooters of all time, Peja Stojakovic.
I debated that. I probably should have.
No.
It's one of those players that I think just you can plug into any roster.
You really can.
He shot 40% for his career from three. That's all you really need from him, and with the defense I've got, that's all I want. Just protect the paint and get in a shootout with the best shooter of the list. Because I really, looking at the list of foreign-born players,
There's not a lot of wings.
there's not a better shooter. There's not a better shooter than Peja.
No, there's not. You're 100% right.
Yeah.
You're 100%
Maybe
right.
Kukoc. Why am I? Well, actually, there is one, but I don't know if you guys will have him on your list. So it is to Austin.
Ooh, okay, anyway, go on.
Taking Drazen Petrovic.
There it was.
I mean, that's a solid pick.
It is a solid pick.
Yeah. All right. Can you read me back my positions?
So you have Dirk, Luka,
4,
Gasol,
1, 2, or 3, 5.
and Petrovic.
I need a 1 or a 3. Let's see. Is there an elite defender?
Is there an elite defender?
Part of me wants to take Yao. I'm not going to do that though.
There is one elite shooter left that well, on my list. There's a few good scorers.
Mhm.
You know what? I'm just going to go ahead. Parker hasn't been taken yet, right?
Tony Parker?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took him.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. This is where I wish we were actually in something so I could see who's gone.
Yeah.
That's why
I'm
I
really bad at
did,
drafting.
that's why I did the list.
Ginobili's gone. Okay. I don't want to pick that other person. It's way too early. We have like what? 2 more picks, right?
You have two, yes.
Okay. This one and one more. You know what? Let's do it. I'm going weird here.
Mhm.
Let's go Ricky Rubio.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it either.
I think it fits your team. So for me, I'm actually going weird because I don't think this player will be here if I let him go because I think Angelo might take him, and I could be wrong about that, but I'm going to draft my actual 6-man, and I'm going with AK-47.
Damn.
He's the perfect 6-man. He can do anything. And
That's
am I
right.
correct in saying you would have taken him?
Yeah, he was definitely on the short list.
Yeah, it's too versatile, and I'm all about versatility, and obviously not with my 4 and 5. That was mostly just a middle finger to you two for screwing up the
Nah.
episode 2 weeks in a row.
I don't know what you're talking about. That never happened. Okay. So I got back to back, and these are my final 2.
Yep.
Mm. So what do I want to do? I think I might make Manu my 6.
Solid.
Man, this would be more of a 2K thing. This would be a lot more of a 2K thing. Well, the first one is, well, it shouldn't be obvious, but the first one I'm gonna do is Bogdanovich. Oh my god, my words.
That was the greatest attempt at saying Bogdan I've
Oh my
ever.
god. Oh, I
You
failed the
get
English language.
I mean that's not English, but
Yeah, I fail some language.
the disrespect right now is just piling on.
And the other one is Luau Dang.
All right, I don't hate that.
Interesting.
Yep. So
now
those
it's
2 would be in the starting lineup, and then Manu would come off
Ooh,
the
that
bench.
would be a good one.
So I think I did more team building than like build the 5 best players, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Run, you're up.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking.
I think my team's the little team that could.
A lot of 3s left on the board.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
There's
I
a
wish we could do
lot.
7.
There are the the fall off is real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I did what I did, because I was like, I'm losing out on some. Honestly, the centers is probably the deepest from what I was looking. But, I lose out on the centers, but I already have Jokic. I got Giannis at the 4. It's I think I'm solid with what I got. I think I have just enough defense, and I can probably drop 140 in a given night with that team. So
I have a crazy idea.
okay, I
I'm
love
just
crazy ideas.
I'm just glancing real quick because we're going with prime versions in 2K, so they're
Oh.
highest overalls.
Okay.
So I am going to play. Hold on, let me double check
no.
something.
Oh no.
At my starting 2,
I have a feeling I
Okay.
know where this is going.
I don't
I
care where
don't
it's going
think
anymore.
you do.
I do.
My starting shooting guard will
Say
be
it.
Andrew Wiggins.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking
Canada.
too.
So it's probably going to be last year Golden State Wiggins. If I had to guess, that was him at his highest in 2K.
I think it fits. He's again versatile, at least in
In
paper.
2K,
Uh,
he can shoot
uh,
and he can defend. In 2K.
Okay, hold on. You took Bogey and
Luol Deng. Which Luol Deng, his highest in 2K, I'm interested to know, because I know there's a few years where he was up there in the high 80s, maybe even as much as low 90s. But I know I remember. Go ahead.
he'll be up there for sure.
Yeah.
On the all-time bowls, he'll be up there.
Yeah.
Austin, Mr. Irrelevant. You're not allowed to
Right.
trade this one.
Oh,
Aw.
You're trading it for a future.
I need to
Trade.
know. This is my pick, and it may already been taken.
Mm-hmm.
The other Gasol brother.
Nope, it
Mark,
hasn't.
no, you're good.
Nope.
Let's go with it.
Okay, so talk for a
Nice
minute while I
defense.
build these teams on paper.
So, Austin,
What's up?
were you checking out the? Are you in the Big 32 Man?
Not for much longer.
Oh, that's right. You put your walking papers in for that. I forgot.
Yep.
So, we actually had a nice conversation about you in there. Alex didn't realize that you had gotten married, and he said he needs
Yep.
to tell you congratulations.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know.
I have like 7,000 people in my inboxes wanting trades.
I believe it.
One was a really crazy trade.
Was it?
What are you guys? Oh my god, you guys are bad at time filling.
What?
I'm just telling you, nobody cares.
That's
And?
okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Why you gotta be a sourpuss, man? Why do you have to? It's not good enough that the fire's out for you. You have to, piss on it and make sure that the
I know.
fire is
I'm just
distinguished and it's not coming back,
no,
and now it smells bad.
no.
And
What I'm trying, what
come
I'm
on,
There it is,
come
Angela.
on.
what I'm trying to point out is if you turned on a basketball podcast,
Why would you
and
turn on at
the
this point?
the morons you're listening to are talking about, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, that's not good content. That's boring content. No one wants to listen to that.
You're boring.
They'd
Content.
rather listen to me pair you a new one for
Mm-hmm.
making poor decisions on your
Mm-hmm.
thing. Okay, so that's
Ren's
Angelo.
so the
Is he-
things that we have
here's-
learned today is Ren is terrible at breaking the mold or doing something edgy, and Ren likes to put out fires with piss.
breaking.
That's what we
I
learned.
took 2 all-time greatest defensive centers.
Uh-huh.
That's breaking the mold. That is
Uh-huh.
breaking the mold. I didn't take Giannis,
Uh-huh.
Luka.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Don't sit here and act like you weren't playing it off like that second pick was edgy. Get out of here.
I mean, that was
Get out of here.
except for Austin's Rubio. That's probably the most out there pick. Okay, so I don't know how you guys are. Who is your sixth man? Is it Rubio, Austin?
No, my 6-man's Gasol. Running big boys.
Yeah.
Mark. So you are running
A big
Rubio, Petrovic,
Rubio, yes.
Luka, Dirk, Gasol, with other Gasol on the
Gasol.
bench.
Yes.
other Gasol.
Angelo, who is your sixth? Is it Ginobili?
It is Ginobili.
That makes sense. So you are Nash, Bogey,
Mm-hmm.
Dang, Giannis, Jokic.
Yep.
Okay, and then mine is Parker, Wiggins, Peja, Dikembe Mutombo, and Hakeem Olajuwon with AK-47 off the bench.
Yep.
Okay, so I will build that in 2K, and we will see who.
When are the
wins.
results going to come out? Is this the next episode, or is this?
It'll be. I mean, you guys will know, unless or I keep it. No, I'm not gonna keep it. I'll tell you guys, but like that will be what we open with next episode.
Okay, and
because
when so I'm just gonna give you guys a spoiler, and spoiler for everyone at home. When it comes out that I won, I'm gonna have a whole, a whole
I'm-
ceremony, a whole coronation. I want Ren to put the crown on my head. It's gonna
I'm
be
just gonna tell you, looking at this.
that you've lost. I know.
No, Austin has won. You and I have both
No.
lost.
No, Austin has not won.
But I have
Austin
Luka.
has definitely won. I'm looking at the
Austin has lost.
all-time lists of overalls. Austin has won.
Austin has not won.
I'm just telling you right now, Austin has won. Austin might not lose a game.
Austin has not won. Austin is going down.
This is an 82 and over. Oh,
No, it's not. That doesn't happen.
it's going to.
It's not
So,
going to happen.
no amount of you just repeating the same thing over and over again changes stuff.
I'm just making sure you get the point. Sometimes it takes a few times for you to get it. It's okay, man.
You're annoying.
It's okay, Ryan.
So NBA is back in action tonight. It'll already have been back in action by the time this episode comes out. Not really anything interesting. It's just we're in the final 22 games, something like that.
Dun 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 dun.
It's going to be interesting to see what teams do going forward. Because certain teams obviously should have been tanking and have been winning, or should have been winning and were tanking.
Oh my god.
What?
It just dawned on me.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
You did not talk about the one thing I thought you were going to talk about.
What was that? Because I probably forgot.
What? So he who will not be named has not been talked about this whole episode, and you really didn't talk about the guy you've lambasted for the last few weeks getting fired.
Oh yeah. That's a. So here's the thing.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Here's the thing about that. I haven't talked about it this episode, and I haven't thought about it because it was obvious. So there's a subreddit called Fire Nate. It is strictly dedicated to
now.
No. It's there for whoever takes the chance and makes the bad decision of hiring Nate McMillan next time, because every time this man goes somewhere, Fire Nate subreddit picks back up. Look, I'm telling you, you're about to see a new Atlanta Hawks. It's gonna happen. You are going to be eating your crow over Trae Young.
Crow
John
tastes good
Collins.
sometimes, Ren. You know that from firsthand experience.
I mean, you're gonna get it as like a 6-course meal in a couple weeks.
Uh huh. Couple weeks. So
Yeah.
okay,
Once
so
we. Yeah,
proclaim it
because
right now. Are the Hawks doing something in the playoffs?
Well, so
Are
it
the Hawks
depends on the
making the playoffs?
definition.
Go on.
So your definition of doing something in the playoffs is only winning. Like if they don't win the finals, it doesn't matter unless it fits. Unless it fits. Whatever player you like, we had that whole
I mean, you can make
conversation
a
last week.
run. You can make it to the finals. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's all I'm
Do
saying.
I think so? Where are they at in the standings? Let me
I
pull that up.
literally just pulled it up. They are the 8th seed right now, so they would be in the play-in tournament against the or not the Raptors, the Wizards. Ooh.
I mean, I like the Hawks odds there. How many games back are they versus
From
like
where?
from like the 7 and 6?
7th seed, 3 games. 6th seed, 3.5 games.
Yeah, so I, getting out of the play-in and into the actual playoffs like that, I don't think that's that difficult because ahead of them is I think the Heat and the Knicks.
Yes, you are correct.
I mean, I'm still expecting the Knicks to bottom out.
So here's the thing, and the interesting thing. The Brooklyn Nets currently sit at the 5 seed.
And
They are
that
going
is
to bottom
going to
out.
fall. They are going to fall.
Yeah, they are bottoming out. So who is taking that spot essentially?
So I think the Raptors and the Hawks both have a pretty good shot of getting in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I expect one of the Knicks or the Heat to have the 8 seed. I don't think either of them is going to be higher than that.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the Nets are going to bottom out. So I think the Hawks and the Raptors are going to have a good final stretch here.
Will the Hawks not have to play in the play-in tournament?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it. So I am, as you call it, a Trey apologist. We're all aware of
Indeed.
that at this point.
Indeed.
Whether you believe a coach has an impact on the game or not, which you do not, there is something to the boost and play after a firing. We see it all the time in all sports. Teams perform better after a coach firing just
Yeah.
because it's a massive shakeup.
Yeah.
And I do think the Hawks are going to come out, and I think the Atlanta management is going to make sure they get a coach that plays to the player's strengths. Like, this is a team that should be shooting, they should be outrunning, and they should not be playing a 90s grit and grind defense. It doesn't fit this team at all, and that was obvious from the gate. There is no team in the modern NBA fit for Nate McMillan. It does not work. He's a great person. Excellent interviews, very respectful, professional, all of those things. But his system does not work in the modern NBA, and he will not adapt it. So I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised, if not this season, because it is late in the season.
Yep.
I think we will see Trey return to form, which I don't think he's that far off. Like, you can say whatever you want, but I'm looking at his stats right now, and this is a fine player. But I think the Hawks do turn it around this season. And I'm not turning it around sounds weird because they are currently at the 8 seed. But I think they do squeeze into the playoffs without the play-in. I don't like. They're obviously not going to be better than the Cavs, 76ers, Bucks, or Celtics.
Austin.
Yes.
Oh,
What's
God.
the word you use when you don't want to insult someone, but they're not worthy of a compliment? Like, what's a phrase you use when a situation like that occurs?
I don't know. I would say you're
Back,
indifferent.
Well,
or
that
back
is
I
what.
usually would say backhanded compliment too.
Yeah, that's
Well,
what I was gonna say.
that is Ren's fine player. He's a fine player. You know, I don't want to call him good. I don't want to commit to him, but I don't want to insult him.
No,
That
that's not what I'm saying.
Fine player.
That's what you're taking it out of context.
That's what it sounds like.
That might be what it sounds like, but that's just because you despise the man. He's
Okay.
averaging 27 points,
Uh-huh.
10 assists.
So
He's
say he's a good player.
averaging 27 and 10.
So say he's a good player.
He's a good player.
Okay.
I'm saying it and because you've spent all this time talking about, oh, he's shooting 32% from 3. That's so bad.
It was 27 at one point, but go on.
He's shooting 32% from 3. He's scoring 27 points, and he's got 10 assists.
And all you can muster is fine player?
Because I'm not going to sit here and try to debate with you about him because you don't see those as good numbers. Because I've asked you, there was a whole episode, we can go back and watch the tape, where I just gave you his stats and said, is that a bad player? And you wouldn't say it was a bad player. But if I said, is Trae Young a bad player? You would say yes. You are attempting to separate the player from the statistics, and that just doesn't work in a stat-based sport.
Uh-huh.
So, yes, Trae Young is a good player. He'll be right back to his normal three-point shooting.
Austin, bookmark this day. I just got Ren to say something positive about Trae Young when he was going to just call him a fine player. You're welcome, Trae. You're welcome. I'm going to take my bow. Thank you.
So confused by how you...
Thank you. I'm doing the slow wave, by the way. The slow wave right now. Slow wave.
So yeah, Nate McMillan got fired, so that is a win for the basketball world.
Yeah.
Hopefully he finds a job as an assistant somewhere. That is what he should be doing. He'd be a great defensive coach. I don't have anything else to say about that. I said this was going to happen all the way back in episode 1 when we first started the whole trade discussion. Nate McMillan he's gonna get fired. He's gonna come in and get fired. That is what Nate McMillan does. He is not a modern NBA coach. For some reason, you can't see that, and you think that the players were responsible, even though we can see how the players played.
It can be two things at once. He can have an archaic system, and the players can also be performing poorly.
But when the players historically, as a group, now individually, sure, but when the players as a group have taken a major regression back with a capstone that you can see from the moment he was hired, not the moment he was hired, like 2 weeks after he was hired because he had to implement that system. When you can see that fall off a cliff in all of their offensive statistics, you can't blame that on the players. You cannot say this entire team that was playing fine offensively is now just having a rough streak. No. The players fell off the cliff offensively because this man has an archaic system. One of them having a rough stretch? Sure, absolutely. That's on the players sometimes. But the entire team? No. No, you're wrong. You are wrong.
Austin?
Yes.
Even when I'm kind of agreeing with him, he's like, you're wrong.
Yeah, because you're still attempting to say that it's the players are playing bad, not the coach. Absolutely.
The coach is playing bad. Ren Miller 2023.
The coach is directing the players on how to play.
Angel, you realize this is good for business, right? The day you two agree, the days this podcast is over.
That is true. That is true.
We did agree on the dunk contest early on in the episode, though.
We did.
I think that it should just be all world dunkers instead of just trying to shoehorn NBA role players into it.
Yeah, but I hate to break it to you, it takes more than one victory to win a war.
I need to. I am not kidding at all. I don't remember who competed in the dunk contest besides Mac McClung.
Ray Murphy, Jericho Smith, Max McClung.
Jericho Sims. That was such a horrible performance.
Now he's remembering.
Oh no, because he's the one who kept like desperately trying to show that he could dunk and put his arm through the rim. And like on the slow-mo, he like grabbed the net to pull himself up because he wasn't high enough in the air to get his arm in. And
Kenyon Martin Jr. That was the third.
oh god, that and Kmart just looked like he didn't want to be there when he did the like assisted dunk.
Yeah. Jericho was
Oh,
elected because Shaden Sharp backed out.
Okay, see, and that's the thing. I think Shaden Sharp would have been
That he'd
exciting,
been good. Yeah.
but Jericho, like, it was bad. He did the cheesy, like he taped the or no, he used like a folder clip and folder clipped a 50 to the net, jumped up, grabbed the net to pull himself higher, jammed his arm through the net, grabbed the piece of paper. I think the whole shtick was he was going to open it while he was hanging there by his arm, but he couldn't get it open, and then he jumped off the rim and opened it, and it was a 50. And he ripped it open because he couldn't get the tape off.
I know the last time a good player won the slam dunk contest.
Vince Carter.
Or do you know who it is?
Yes, actually, I do. Dwight Howard.
Wrong.
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 Paul George didn't win his, did he?
No, Paul George does not have a win.
Yeah.
No, he had a really good dunk contest though, because that was when he did the like glow in the dark jersey. Oh god.
I thought it was Dwight for sure. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I would have thought it was Dwight too. Is it a big?
It is not.
Is it not a big?
No, that had to have had Blake Griffin.
No, that
Nope.
Yeah, I'm about to say that had to have happened.
He won after Dwight.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Yeah,
too.
I'm trying to think of like the last like 10 years, because Dwight was.
Oh no, Zach Levine.
I think Zach Levine. Donovan
Nope.
Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell, 2018.
Donovan Mitchell. Yeah. I forgot about that because that was early in his career.
It was.
So after Donovan, it's been Diallo, Derek Jones Jr.,
I mean, I like
Anthony
Derek Jones Jr.
Simons.
Obviously, like Anthony.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony kind of came into his own, I feel, after this.
Yeah.
Obi Toppin, and then Mac McClung.
So Obi Toppin, like I am still a believer in Obi Toppin. I just think he's in the wrong system and he hasn't really had a chance to develop.
Maybe.
Who won before Donovan? Because it would have been Glenn Robinson, and then it was the Zach Levine back to back, and then I can't remember.
John Wall.
And then John Wall.
Yeah.
Then
And
Terrence Ross.
Then I'm about to say then don't answer.
Evans, and then Blake. Okay.
Then Jeremy Evans, and then you got the Blake, Nate Robinson's Dwight.
Oh, your Nate Robinson did win twice.
I didn't realize that.
He's won 3 times overall.
Yeah, but he won
3
back
times.
I mean, if
Mhm.
you're a short king and you can.
I
get up
remember
there,
Nate Robinson winning. I did not remember him winning 3 times. Sorry, go on.
Okay, but let's be realistic. The Dwight Howard dunk contest, was it that impressive, or was it just everyone loves Dwight? It wasn't that great of a dunk contest.
Yeah.
Really, the Blake one wasn't either.
You don't think him jumping over the car was cool?
He jumped over the hood of the car.
Fair.
Okay.
He
Who's
did
won
not
the
clear
most dunk contests?
the most? If it's not Nate with 3, MJ or Dominique Wilkins?
It's Nate with 3.
Okay. I was gonna say that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's who with 3? Nate?
Nate.
So then
There's actually quite a few double ups.
because Jordan and Wilkins both won twice then. I thought they each
Wilkins
won 3
won
times.
twice. Jordan won twice. Harold Miner won twice. Jason Richardson won twice.
Jason Richardson. That was the one I was thinking of.
Nate Robinson 3, and Levine 2.
Huh.
Who won the first overall dunk contest?
I mean, that Larry Nance.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that if not for the fact that Larry Nance Jr. has made a habit of talking about it in like every interview. For whatever reason, every interview I've ever watched of Larry Nance Jr., which to be fair is not many, he's talked about that. So
Mhm.
that's the only reason I
Has
know.
Larry Nance Jr. ever won a dunk contest? I don't remember.
Has Larry Nance Jr. ever competed in a dunk
No.
contest? That's a better question.
Wait, he's
Who's the
talked about
shortest
this and he
person?
hasn't competed in one?
No, he hasn't. He at least hasn't won.
Okay. Larry Nance Jr. is not exactly as good as Larry Nance, Angelo.
I'm not saying he's
No.
good, but you'd think he'd want to compete in the dunk contest.
He might want to, but,
He's not wanted.
you know,
He's not wanted. They just put a G leaguer in there.
right, but Mac McClung, that's what we're talking about. His entire, like, I knew who Mac McClung was before the NBA draft, not because he's actually good at basketball, but because of his highlight reels.
Larry Nance
This
is
kid-
also 30.
Yeah, no, he is.
Is he really? Holy crap.
Larry Nance
Yeah,
Jr.
he's 30.
Yeah,
It feels like he just got in the league.
I know.
But then again, it feels like just yesterday I was watching John Wall dance at... Oh, where did he play? Where did he go to college? Was it Kentucky?
Who, Larry Nance Jr.?
No, John Wall.
Yeah, it was
Holy
Kentucky.
crap.
It
Okay.
was Kentucky.
My brain has stopped working
He
when it
played
comes
with
to colleges.
Cousins, if I'm not mistaken.
Because
Yeah, Kentucky.
like it feels like just last week we were watching him like dance during March Madness.
Yeah. I still remember doing like 2K leagues when people like Kyrie Irving were 19.
Yeah, that's who was in the John Wall draft. Like, because there was conversation about, was it Kemba?
Kemba had just won the national championship.
So it was
Was he
Kemba
in
and
the-
John Wall.
Was he in
Was
the
that?
John Wall draft?
Am I thinking of the right one? No, I'm thinking of Brandon Knight.
No.
Brandon Knight was in the Kemba draft. That's what
Yeah.
I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What a weird tangent we've gone on, but it's been kind of fun, so I'm gonna roll with it, and I apologize.
I have one
to
last
any
dunk
listener.
contest trivia question.
Okay.
Shortest person to win dunk contest.
It has to be Nate Robinson.
No, it's Bud Webb.
Oh, Spud Webb
It is-
won. That's right.
It is Spud Webb.
That's right.
And Angelo is a casual, confirmed.
That's right. I forgot he won it on. Damn it.
So here's the thing: if you are under 6 foot and you get to the rim, you're winning the dunk contest.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
And that's the thing, like the Mac McClung dunks are super impressive because of the athletics, because he has so much time in the air. Like there's a lot of time between when he jumps and when he dunks. So he has a lot of flexibility to do stuff.
Yeah.
So stop putting bigs in the dunk contest. Like that's the point. Now, if like Mac McClung were to come out and drag out an 11-foot rim and dunk on it, sure. But when a center is dunking on an 11-foot rim, really? That's not. Anyway, the dunk contest has been downhill for about 10 years. In my head, I
5.
thought it was. I
No,
thought
yeah, about
it
10.
was Blake that ruined it with the car because the car was just bad. Which is like weird to say because Blake is probably one of the best dunkers of all time. I think everyone is comfortable saying that, but his dunk contest was so theatrical. But I think Dwight was the one that actually ruined it. Like with
Dwight?
the Superman. Yeah, I think that was.
Why would Dwight with the Superman be the one who ruined it? That was more making fun of Shaq. If anything, that was more entertaining.
No, it was
Dwight was definitely entertaining.
theatrical. That's what I'm saying. It was theatrical. It wasn't like dunking. Like Mac McClung doing a 540 was dunking. Dwight jumping a little higher, like, yeah, that's cool, sure, whatever, but it's not entertainment. But the theatrics made it entertaining, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, we've ruined the dunk contest to the point that Jericho Sims thinks that an adequate dunk is to jump and try to put his arm through the rim 3 separate times. So, yeah, get back to dunking. I think that's what we learned.
He saw it on NBA Live.
So, real quick.
Sure.
We'll just do a quick little segment. We will do a full prediction, but quick takes or predictions for the playoffs, not your like bracket or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think's making it? Who do you think's missing it based on the standings today?
Standings today.
I mean, I'm guessing you just want to talk about the fringe teams. Obviously, the Boston Celtics are making it.
Just takes, because like we talked about the fact that we expect the Nets to absolutely bottom out.
Mm-hmm.
If they had listened to Ren early in the season when he said they should blow it up because something didn't feel right with the team, they would already be in the sweepstakes.
They're 6-4 in their last 10. So we've established that the Nets are likely bottoming out.
Right.
So
I think the Heat lose. I think the Knicks are the ones that I think makes it. I think the Raptors and the Hawks, as I've already said, move up.
Yeah.
and
There's my
then I
hot
think-
take. The Raptors are probably going to get that, 5-6 seed.
5-6. Ooh.
Yep. Yeah. They better. They didn't sell anything and they added pieces. So they better get that.
6, I guess. I have the Hawks at 5. They're my number 5.
No, I think you're overvaluing the Hawks.
I think you're undervaluing the Hawks.
I think you're really overvaluing the Hawks.
Austin has a hot take.
Go ahead.
Maybe not a hot take, but the Warriors don't make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, that's.
Ooh, I don't know if that's a hot take. So,
was a hot take when I said way back now that you can write the Warriors off, and Ren was like, and we're gonna just put that in our little notepad while the Warriors are still at the 9th seed, barely 500.
How many games did Steph miss?
That's a good question.
A lot.
So,
a lot.
And they're only at the 9 seed. How many games back are they from playoffs?
From what? Technically, they're in the playoffs. They're in the play-in. Or do you want to know 5-6?
Clean in the play-in, or clean in the playoffs.
So they are a game.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's no way they can move up there.
No way.
2 games back.
2 games back?
Yeah.
I'm showing a game back.
Yeah, I'm showing a game too.
Oh no, I was looking at it wrong. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're looking at probably the 5 seed, but
yeah,
they're just a game back. So it's like if the Lakers were to make the playoffs. I know, funny joke. You don't count out LeBron because he's gonna try to kill himself to get to the finals, right? You don't count out Steph Curry. You don't count out Giannis. You don't count out Luka. Like, these are players that at the end of their careers we will be talking about as some of the greatest of all time. So you just don't count them out. I'm
on
sorry,
a side note, the Spurs are the first team that I've looked at the standing. And I've looked at the standings a lot over the course of this podcast, but the Spurs are the first team I've seen go 0-10 in the last 10.
Yeah, that's
probably 0-11.
It's not. So here's. Do you want to know what the sad part is? They're not 0-10. They're 0-14 in the last 14. They are on a 14-game losing streak.
15.
Here's the thing. They get an A+. They understood the assignment.
Yeah. They did understand.
Popovich is probably really depressed though because he legit thought they had a chance this year.
I'm sure he did.
Yeah, the West is interesting.
Mhm.
Jazz, I think, are gonna keep falling. Like that's inevitable. I think the Blazers have the best shot of getting up into the playoffs out of any of those bottom feeders. Like I said, I
Yeah.
think the Warriors will get up there. I think the Mavs will finish a little higher.
Mhm. I think the Suns are about to skyrocket up the standings. They're literally a game and a half out from third.
So
I
who
think
do you move down?
the Clippers
I mean, yeah, that's a given. They have Russell Westbrook now. They're basically going to
and the
be
Kings.
somehow competing. I don't have the Kings. I don't
Oh
have the
my
Kings.
god.
It,
Oh my
haven't you,
god.
you know what?
Oh my
Straight to the moon.
god.
The Kings are getting the
Oh my
2 seed.
god. The Kings are getting
Kings,
the 2 seed?
Kings are getting the 2 seed. Look,
Brent,
when
if you don't have the
listen,
Kings clearing at least the first round in your playoff predictions,
look,
I don't know
so
what to tell you.
When Ja decides to get himself arrested to go to prison so he can have
Oh
street
my
cred because that's all
god.
he cares about, the Grizzlies are bottoming out.
Oh my god.
He has to be about that life, even though he grew up in an upper middle class neighborhood.
Oh my god.
He rode his Segway around these streets. He knows how tough it is.
It's,
So so when he deliberately like goes to the like police and requests to be put in jail so that he can have that street cred, the Grizzlies are gonna bottom out.
oh my
Um,
god. I'm not gonna
Clippers
lie, that
have
might be Ren's best material that I've heard in a long time.
um Kawhi, obviously, if his pinky toe hurts, he's gonna miss a
There you
week.
go.
So they're gonna drop.
The pinky toe.
You know what? You know what? Kings #1 seed. Look, they're 8 games back. They're
My
8 games
bar
back.
just shifted again from better predict them to win in the first round to better have them out the West.
Oh no, I got out the West.
Yes. You
World
better have
champions.
them out. Okay.
Kevin Herter, Finals MVP.
Okay.
I'm just saying, if this comes true,
Uh-huh. Go on. Go on.
greatest GM ever.
Greatest GM ever.
Mavs. I don't even know how to read the Mavs anymore.
I don't either.
And Pelicans, that's entirely dependent on health. I think they're a little low for what I expect from them, but
They had that massive losing streak though. That's
yeah,
probably like
that's
a
why I
week
think they can.
or so ago.
I think they can build it back.
Yeah, they can, but
But
they fell
okay,
hard.
so anyway, guys, I think we drug this on a little longer. It was fun though, so I no regrets. I might regret it when I look at the runtime.
You look at their. This man's acting like he does the editing.
I no on Sunday or Saturday when you release at 5:47 p.m.
You know,
Was it 5? What time did you release? So
I don't know.
you might have caught our last episode a little early
No, you
because
didn't.
they might it was out for. I sent you that picture like a while after I got the notification. Where is my? Why do I have that as a picture? That's weird. Oh, that was when I went to my new job.
Our quality
That was
control
when
department failed us.
Yeah,
Well,
indeed.
Angelo is the entirety of our quality control.
Yep.
So I sent that to you at 3:30 p.m. on Saturday. What time is our release schedule, Austin?
At like 6 a.m.
It is 6 a.m. on Sunday. So this is a write up.
Listen.
We're doing a write up for Angelo here
Listen.
live on No Reserve
Listen.
Radio. This
Whoa.
is
Just another-
going
just
Can I
on
another
can I
L
make
for
my case? Can I
No,
make
no,
my
no.
case? Can I make
this
my
is-
case first?
Go ahead.
Okay. So you know how on the Xbox, whenever you want to play a game a day early, you set it to New Zealand. Well, my stuff
Objection.
may have been set to New Zealand. Or what?
I said objection.
Objection. What's your objection?
Hearsay.
Wow,
I would rebuttal with
that is what hearsays.
you know what?
Yeah.
The reason Michael Jordan didn't have as long of a career as LeBron James is he had his watch set to New Zealand time. Angelo
He might
Cervelli.
have. That's why he's retired twice. He might have.
So yeah, this is going in your permanent record.
Yep.
It will
Uh-huh.
be there permanently, and we will revisit it every year on the dot for that time Angelo couldn't tell time.
Yep. I had my clock set to New Zealand.
At
Yep.
hold 3:30
Yep.
p.m. What time is 3:30? Hold on. Let's just 3:30 p.m. to New Zealand.
Are you
time.
sure you want to look at this up live? Because it's probably really close.
It is
Really not
absolutely
close.
not. It is not close at all. Do you know how I know it's not close?
How do you know?
Because we do it all the time to play games early.
Uh-huh.
So that is 9 a.m. So you released 3 hours late. So that's
Well,
also going on your record.
You know.
Double L.
Would you
This one,
like
run
to
with
keep
the jokes. Run with the
would you like
jokes
to
today.
keep
I like
digging?
this.
You
I
can
like
keep digging this. Come on, dig the hole deeper. Let's go. Try
I
it.
like this, man. Well, I need a shovel, man. You didn't give me a shovel. You gave me this ratty shovel that breaks down on me all the time. You know, you're just
Okay,
a
well,
bad provider of tools. That's
if you
all I got to say.
remember,
I mean,
if you remember during orientation, you were required to bring your own shovel, so
orientation.
that's also going on your record.
Orientation.
Oh yeah, you no call no showed to your orientation, so that's also
I
going on
definitely
your
did
record.
that. I definitely did that.
Oh,
I was
God.
going
So
out
anyway,
with LeBron.
At No Reserve Radio on all social medias, leave us a fun message. If you listen this long, go ahead and comment about Angelo's terrible time telling skills.
That's not gonna happen, thank God.
Next week we will open with Austin winning the first
Angelo winning.
with Austin winning the first annual
You
No
didn't get it
Reserve
right again?
Radio
Come on, Ryan. How many
I'm
times
so
do I
ready
got
to
to
be a
repeat
first round exit.
myself?
foreign player fantasy draft. I think it's pretty obvious that Angelo is going to lose.
No.
And if he doesn't,
I'm gonna
I mean,
win.
I can rig it. So I'm pretty sure if I was a betting man, if anyone wants to bet on this, I would just bet your entire life savings on Angelo losing
Man,
every single game.
Ren.
In fact,
Ren
he might not
really.
score a point.
Ren really needs. I think Ren had a second life as one of those brokers who went broke during like one of the recessions, because he's this is now multiple times he's told people to invest their life savings in something that's not going to happen. So
I mean, it's happening.
it's not
It is
happening.
happening.
It's not happening, Matty.
That's all the time we got, guys. This is as much as I do want to continue, and like we do
How's that
eventually.
stock on Blockbuster going?
Actually, really well. Thanks for asking.
I'm sure it
Holding.
is.
We still need to do like a behind the scenes like discussion. I think
yeah.
so. We do need to do that, so maybe we'll do that here soon. But that's all the time we got for this week. I'm tired. This is a drag.
Wow.
I mean like this day. This has been a
Fair.
long day.
It's been a long day for
Right?
me
Like,
too. Someone almost got fired.
it has been
Anyway.
a long day. It is now pretty late in the day, so I've now said we're closing 3 times. So get out. We will see you next week. Have a good week.